Today we are going to learn about the difference of two cubes and how to factor it. By the end of the video, you are expected to recall the concepts of factoring, and you are also expected to know how to factor the difference of two cubes. Factoring is finding two prime expressions that when multiplied to each other produces the given expression. The formula used to solve for the difference of two cubes is a cubed minus b cubed equals a minus b times a squared plus or minus ab plus b squared. For the first parentheses, you have to get the cube root of a and b. Then copy the operation sign. For example, we're given the expression x cubed minus 27. Like I said earlier, the first step that we must do is get the cube root of a and b. So the first parenthesis, which is a minus b, we now have x minus 3. For the second parenthesis, you must get the square root of a. Then multiply a and b. Lastly, get the square root of b. So now for the second parenthesis, we have x squared plus 3x plus 9. Put the two together and you will get x minus 3 times x cubed plus 3x plus 9. For the sign convention, first you must look at the given. Note that the operation sign must be the same as the one in the first parentheses. In the second parentheses, the first sign must be the opposite of the one in the first parentheses, and you must always end on a positive. Another example is 24x cubed minus 81y cubed. In this problem, you will notice that the two numerical coefficients have a GCF of 3 because 24 and 81 are divisible by 3, and that's the GCF. You simply need to factor this out. Now that you've factored out the GCF, you will be left with 3 times 8x cubed minus 27y cubed. Simply do the same steps as we did a while ago. For the first parenthesis, you have to get the cube root of both a and b, which is 2x minus 3y. And for the second parenthesis, get the square root of a, multiply a and b, and then get the square root of b. This will give you 4x squared plus 6xy plus 9y squared. Combine the two, follow the sign convention, and you will end up with 3 times 2x minus 3y times 4x squared plus 6xy plus 9y squared. The 3 on the left hand side is the GCF that we factored out at the start. In a nutshell, learning how to factor is very essential, especially when solving for the difference of two cubes, since the first step is to get the cube root of a and b. If you do not know how to factor, then it will be very difficult for you to solve for the difference of two cubes. Most of the steps for solving for the difference of two cubes require getting the cube root in the first parentheses and getting the square root in the second parentheses, which is technically factoring. To test your knowledge on factoring the difference of two cubes, here is another example.